Faber Piano Adventures, Level 3B, pages 8 and 9. The song is called Humoresque. In this piece, we are reviewing the ostinato, or a repeated musical pattern, in the left hand. See how the pattern is just the same thing over and over again? It does change a little bit, so don't let them fool you. At the top of page 8, you'll see dal signo al coda, or DS al coda, which means to return to the S symbol when you encounter DS, which is typically at the beginning of a piece. Then go to play to the coda, and then jump to the actual end coda. So that's probably confusing to you. I'm going to play through it, and then I'll talk about that at the very end. Finally, we're also reviewing the chromatic scale. So if you're not good at that, you might want to review it. Let's take a listen to this piece, and then we'll talk about the details. The right hand starts in D position. Here's middle C. Move your hand up to a D position. D, E, F sharp, G, A. Don't forget we're sharpening F and C because we're in the key of D. Left hand, we're going to put our third finger on D, an octave lower than this one. One on A, and your pinky on A. If you have trouble reaching that, just switch with your second finger. And if you still have trouble, just rock up and rock back. Rock your wrist. Let's take a listen to the piece, talk about the details in a minute. Okay, now, I kind of was abrupt there at the ending. You don't have to do it that abrupt, and I'll talk about what I mean by that in a minute. Let's take a listen to everything, and I'm going to go through piece by piece what I want you to focus on. So, as we're playing the left hand, you can see that I'm playing very staccato. You need to do that. But when I play the right hand with it, you'll notice I'm playing a couple notes legato and then staccato. Staccato, staccato, and then I hold those whole notes. You see I'm hitting that? The reason why I'm hitting those parts really hard, there's a sforzando underneath and an accent, so you need to hit those loud. Staccato. You'll notice right there the left hand changed. I'm playing E now. Don't let that get you. Now we're playing F natural in this part. Holding the whole note. Now the pedal. Did you notice I was accenting those certain notes? So be careful with that. You need to accent those. And then here I've got my second finger. I'm crossing over to C sharp. I'm going to play that chromatic scale we talked about. Now eighth notes. Now you see I got my one finger there and it says now put your fifth. Just leave your one there. Pull your pinky to your thumb. And then we start back over to where the S is on page 8. Now I'm just repeating. Now it says to coda right here, so I go to the very last bar because that's where the coda is. Now you'll see in the right hand it says cross right hand over because there's a bass clef there. So we cross over to this B flat here. With our third finger we play a chromatic scale going down. Now when we do that, I went like that and then I just hit this D really quick. Now, it doesn't really say to do that. I like dramatic endings. So when you cross over and do this, if you want to play it exactly how it's written, you want to go wait for that quarter rest and then hit it if you want to be exact, okay? Otherwise you can be like me, crazy. Alright, so that's how you do all the parts of the piece. So if you need to rewind some parts, do it. But remember that DSL coda. We jump back to the first page, We play through, then we get to that coda on the second and jump to the final bar and finish the song. So don't get confused there. And if you're having trouble with your chromatic scales, you might want to review and get good at them. Okay? Other than that, this concludes Humoresque.